This is EWGF, and in today's video we're going to briefly discuss and look at some examples of dead angle. Dead angle is nomenclature for a method of attacking through a shield in Dark Souls. It's much akin to cross-up from a fighting game. The term dead angle itself comes from another fighting game franchise, Guilty Gear. Ironically, despite the fact that the name for the technique is an homage to Guilty Gear, the Dark Souls meaning for the term is actually closer to the original meaning, which is an indefensible attack. How dead angle works is actually deceivingly simple. The game calculates your ability to block based on the direction you're facing relative to your opponent. Naturally, you can't block an attack to the back with your shield raised. However, due to this design, the reverse is also true. An opponent can't block your attack if you're facing at least partially away. Make sense? Well, basically, what a dead angle is what happens when you land an attack facing partially or entirely away from your opponent. There are an infinite number of ways to execute a coincidental or intentional dead angle. Some simple ones involve aiming a jumping or dashing attack partially beside or behind your opponent. Or, you can remove lock and manually create an angle that causes a dead angle on block. There are going to be a few other details to consider before you head out. You're going to want to use a weapon with a large horizontal sweep. This increases your chances of hitting while facing partially away. Also, every attack seems to have a sweet spot for dead angles. For example, claymores seem to prefer a 90-degree angle, while great scythes seem to work quite nicely even at 180 degrees. Test out every weapon you use and see what angles and what attacks you can use to score dead angles. Let's take a look at a few vids. This first dead angle shows exactly why Claymore two-handed R2 is amazing. My opponent actually dead angles himself. This is an example of a while dashing dead angle executed pretty much perfectly. I removed block and compensated for my opponent's movements exactly. This is a simple example of a jumping dead angle performed with the scythe. This right here is two more while dashing scythe attacks. Again, in both these cases I removed block for them to be effective as to not compensate my movements mid-swing. You're going to want to do this with certain attacks. This is an example of a weird, non-intentional dead angle. My opponent actually does it to himself by moving into the S-Dock R2. You're going to see these now and then. And this one's from the last video with the Gravelord sword, but I included it right here because it's actually a great example of a jumping dead angle. Another while dashing dead angle. This time with Claymore. And as you can see from the angle, it's kind of crazy. Check it out. That's pretty much it for this video. I'm working on a ton of other stuff right now, so stay tuned. And I'd like to leave you with EWGF's Honor Duel of the Week.